Good afternoon, everyone. So, today's class we are going to start with chapter number 2 from the book First Flight. The name of the chapter is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom, and it is written by Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. So, this chapter it is a small excerpt that has been taken from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. Now, before I proceed with the chapter, I would like to talk about few of the important topics that are there in this lesson. Now, at first, let us first understand that what is apartheid movement. Now, apartheid movement, most of you must have learned it in your history book, that apartheid system was a political system that separates people according to its race. Okay, where there was this difference between two races. So two races, that is between the whites and the blacks. Now white and the black, two races were there. Now it so happened the whites, they dominated the blacks. They dominated it so much that the basic rights were also deprived. Their basic rights were also not given to them, like rights to travel in the public transport. Their jobs, proper jobs were not given to them, and as a result the blacks, they suffered immensely. So thus you see, it was a political system which separated people according to their races. So blacks were not given any of their rights. Now the chapter in this lesson, the theme that we are going to learn is that freedom from racism. Okay, now racism is one one topic that you have to understand. Now what is racism? Racism is when one particular race dominates the other race. Okay, when one particular race dominates the other race, and as a result they are oppressed, their basic rights are taken from them. So here the theme of racism, the freedom from racism, has been very clearly been brought out. Now, in this autobiography of Nelson Mandela, we find that Nelson Mandela, he was the first black president of the newly elected democratic government of South Africa. In those times, the white skinned people, they were the rulers of the society, and they made the lives of the blacks hell. It was a very, very troublesome life that the blacks led, and because of that, people like Nelson Mandela and there were few more who came up to fight for their rights, and finally they came up victorious. All right, is it clear? All of you turn to page number 1, and I want you to follow this box that is there. Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rule. So you see, it was 3 centuries of white rule, means 300 years the white had ruled over the blacks. Now, Nelson Mandela's African National Congress, that is the ANC's party, won. They got 252 seats out of 400 seats, and it became the first democratic elections of the South African's history. Now, the inaugural ceremony that took place in the Union Buildings Amphitheatre in Pretoria, that this particular inauguration ceremony, you are going to learn it in more details in this chapter, where you will find that this ceremony was attended by politicians and dignitaries for more than 140 countries from around the world. Now, never ever the land of South Africa has experienced this gathering, this immense, huge gatherings where people from various countries had come. So, in his address, Nelson Mandela says that this country has been dominated, but never ever it is going to experience the oppression once more. Also, this particular address you are going to learn once more in a more clear and in more um, what to say, in more elaborate way. Okay, so let us now understand the chapter. 10th May, drawn bright and clear. For the past, one more. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. So you have to remember that it was 10th May and the day was bright and clear. For the past few days, since the time Nelson Mandela has won the election, Nelson Mandela has been pleasantly besieged. Besieged means surrounded by the dignitaries from the around the world. The world leaders have come. And why they have come? They have all come to pay their respect before the inauguration ceremony. And this inauguration ceremony was going to be the largest gathering ever of the international leaders of the on the South African soil. So people from various countries they have come here to pay their respect, and this was the largest gathering ever that is going to be seen on the land of South Africa. Okay, now the ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Indian Union building in Pretoria. So, where was the ceremony going to take place? It was going to take place on the sandstone amphitheater that was formed by the Union building in Pretoria. Now, for decades, this had been the seat of the white supremacy. Now, in the Union building, all the time, the meetings, the public meetings that were held there, it was always seen that the whites had always dominated the seats. The seats were always covered by the white skinned people. Now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colored people. But now it was seen that this amphitheater, it was not only the white people were sitting there, but people of various colors. Here different colors means complexion. People of various complexions were sitting there. Okay. So people of various complexions were sitting there, and they were going to witness the history that has been created by the party of Nelson Mandela and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So they have come here to see the first South Africa's democratic and non-racial government. Now what is democratic? Democratic government is a government where the representatives or the leaders are formed through a fair and a free election, whether representatives are elected ones. So they are going to see a democratic government, and it's going to be a non-racial government. Why non-racial government? Because there were mixtures of all the races. The blacks were there, the whites were there, the British people were there. So people of various skin tones were there in the government. Okay. Next, have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's move to the next paragraph. On this lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zinani. On the podium, Mr. de Klerk was the first sworn in as a second deputy president. Now please remember this, that it was a lovely autumn day, okay, and there he was accompanied by his daughter Zinani, and on the podium there was this Mr. de Klerk who was first sworn as the second deputy president, and the first deputy president was Thabo Mbeki, and he was the first deputy president. Now, after the second deputy president and the first deputy president was sworn in, now came the turn when it was my turn to pledge to obey and uphold the constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of the republic and its people. So after their oath taking ceremony was done, it was the turn of Nelson Mandela. What did he pledge? He pledged to obey and uphold the constitution and to devote himself to the well-being of the republic and its people. Now after the oath taking ceremony was done, Nelson Mandela stands in front of the people, of the assembled guests, and there he addressed the people. Now, please remember, all of you, that the address that was made by Nelson Mandela is very, very important. You have to understand that what he had addressed. Now, this is what he said. Today, all of us do by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. So today he says that in front of everyone's presence here, he guarantees that glory shall come, and he says he hopes that a newborn liberty is going to prevail in the land of South Africa. One out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Now, all the entire land of South Africa had experienced this extraordinary human disaster. What is that? That is the apartheid system. Okay, so everybody had experienced this apartheid system. Now, out of this experience, the horrible experience that people had, which lasted too long, obviously it was a long years that the people of South Africa, especially the blacks, that experienced this racial discrimination. Now it was long gone, and it has been replaced by a society where humanity is going to be recognized, and people are going to be very, very proud of this newborn society. Okay, are you understanding, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We who were outlaws. Now you have to understand what is the meaning of outlaws. Outlaws are people like Nelson Mandela. Now, why were they called outlaws? Because they were fighting for their country, they were fighting for their race, they were fighting for all those people whose rights had been denied by the government. Now, why were they outlaws? Because they were constantly protesting against the rules made by the government, and therefore the government had called them as outlaws because they were protesting. And it was said that any outlaws, the moment they are seen, either they are going to be shot outside or they are going to be arrested. So thus Nelson Mandela, he says that we were outlaws not so long ago, have today been given the rare privilege to be the host to the nations of the world on our own soil. So these were the people, Nelson Mandela and many other people, they were outlaws like many years ago, but now today they have been selected as the leaders of their country, and therefore he has got this rare privilege to become the host and on their own soil, and to address the world dignitaries, those who have come here. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. So now he says he's thanking all those people, those who have taken out their time and they have come here to witness the history. So he says that now the victory that the people of South Africa have gone, this is not only the victory of the people of South Africa, but it is actually the common victory for all those people, those who have been craving for justice, craving for peace, craving for human dignity. So this is a victory for all those people. This is a victory to tell the people that not to give up, not to give up for the basic rights, and if they fight for the basic rights, they are obviously going to get it one day. So therefore the victory that has been achieved by the people of South Africa, it is a victory which is going to be shared by all those people, those who are fighting or has fought for justice, peace and human dignity. Next, we have at last achieved our political emancipation. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. So, thus he says that at last they have achieved their political emancipation. Emancipation means restriction. So, finally, their restriction has been uplifted, and he pledges He, along with the other members of the government, pledged to liberate all the people who were suffering from constant bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender discrimination, and other sorts of discrimination. So, why does he say so? He is going to liberate all these people because on the land of South Africa, where this apartheid system was going on, the blacks were denied all the basic rights. They were not given their proper food. They were starving. They were not denied giving jobs. Okay, so there were this several people problem going on. So he says that he is going to liberate all these people, those who had gone under through this constant bondage, poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender discrimination, and various other discrimination. He is going to liberate those people, and he is going to give them freedom. Next, he says, never ever, never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will ever experience the operation of one by another. So, Nelson Mandela, he says that never ever this land is going to experience operation by one race on the over the other. All right, so it is never going to happen. Then he says that the sun shall never set on the glorious of a human achievement. So, this achievement that has been achieved after so many years, after a constant fight, this sun is not going to set. This newly achieved freedom, the sun of the newly achieved freedom, is going to be there on the land of South Africa. So, at last, he says, let freedom reign. God bless Africa. Okay, is it clear? Next, a few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters, and troop carriers rode in perfect formation over the Union building. Now, it was seen that after some time, after the address was done, after the oath ceremony was over, all the people, they lifted their eyes on the sky, and what did they say? See, it was a spectacular display of the South African jets, then the helicopters and the troop carriers, who were all performing various kinds of formation over the Union buildings. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. So now the display that was been done by the military force, it was not only done in order to pinpoint their precision, that how perfect they were, no, but also it was done in order to show, in order to demonstrate that the military is going to be loyal to the democracy, a democracy which was formed through free and fair election. So therefore, this was the very government that was elected by free and fair election, and therefore the military, they were standing there and they were promising that they are going to be loyal to this government. Only moments before, the highest generals of the South Africa Defence Force and police, their chests bedecked with ribbons and medals from bygone days, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. And before the display of the helicopters and the jets, few moments ago, it was the highest general of the South Africa. They had from the defense force and the police, their chests were bedecked with ribbons, that is decorated with ribbons and medals from the past days. They came and they had saluted and pledged their loyalty. They saluted and they promised that they are going to be loyal to Nelson Mandela and his government. I was not unmindful of the fact that so many years before, they would not have saluted me but arrested me. Now, what does Nelson Mandela means by this? That is, he has not forgotten about this fact that these were the very people who had considered Nelson Mandela as an outlaw, And thus, these were the very people many years ago, they wouldn't have saluted him, but they would have arrested him for protesting against the government. But today, now Nelson Mandela is the president, so therefore, they promise that they are going to be loyal towards him. Finally, our chevron of Impala jets led a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, gold of the new South African flag. And after that, it was seen that the Impala jets, they had formed a chevron, that is a U pattern, and they had left this smoke trail of green, black, blue, and gold. And this represents what? This represents the South African flag. Okay, so today this is where I am stopping.